This is Body Talk 8576, man. I may sound a little hoarse because I think I'm coming down with the flu or something, man. Um, I want to talk about Oscar De La Hoya. It's reportedly that he's wanting to fight Conor McGregor. Um, I have no problem with the fight. It's a circus anyway, man. Everybody looking to cash in with a fight with Conor McGregor. Mayweather did it, and now Oscar De La Hoya want to do it. It was reports that other fighters wanted to fight Conor McGregor. I think Lomachenko said he wanted to fight Conor McGregor. But it's a money grab. Conor McGregor. I think Conor McGregor is the smart one in this sense that he was able to cross over to boxing and make more money than 99% of these fighters is making money in boxing. So you know what I'm saying? Thumbs up to him. Oscar, he criticized Mayweather for trying to make the fight with fighting Conor, saying it was a blackout of boxing. But look what he doing. You know what I'm saying? So Oscar De La Hoya is a walking contradiction. He's a promoter, and most promoters are walking contradictions, man. You take what they say with a grain of salt, man. Yes, I enjoy Oscar past fights. I heard Zone 6. My guy Zone 6 made a video about it. Yeah, he was a great fighter, man. He's an all-time great in my book. I know a lot of people criticize, say he lost a lot of his big fights, which I never thought that was true, that he lost all his big fights. I mean, he lost a few big fights, but, some of them, to me, was disputable. I thought he beat Trinidad. I thought he beat Sugar Shane Mosley in that first fight. The second fight. You know what I'm saying? I thought he won the second fight. The first fight was really competitive. I thought Oscar won it, but I had no problems with them giving the fight to Shane Mosley. But the second fight, I thought Oscar won. He beat Julio Cesar Chavez. Julio Cesar Chavez was a little past it. He beat Pernell Whitaker. Some people would dispute that fight. He beat Ike Corte. Ike Corte was undefeated, knocking people crazy. So Ike Corte was a great opponent. He beat Jesse James Leija. He beat Junior Hernandez before Mayweather beat Junior Hernandez. He beat Fernando Vargas. Your boy Compass. So he had some really good fights, man. But I know a lot of people talk about. I have no problem with Oscar De La Hoya being I guess he likes to dress up in women's clothes, or I don't know if he's gay or whatever. But to me, that's just his preference. He did that in the private setting. It just got out in public. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way a person want to live. I don't want nobody trying to tell me how to live. So the man, if that's what he want to do, that's what he want to do. What I have a problem with is, and another thing, yes, he may not be a great promoter, but he's a good promoter. I mean, he got Canelo. If a promoter have one great fighter and a one fighter that makes a lot of money, hey, you doing something right. I mean, I know some promoters got multiple fighters that's doing great, but he has one fighter that's doing real good. I mean, Canelo is keeping him above water. But yes, in many respects, he has failed as being a promoter, as his brand is concerned, because he's supposed to be a guy that can promote multiple fighters. He said he can make Earl Spence a star. I'm not sure he can make Earl Spence a star. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. But Oscar, man. And another thing, yeah, he had some, it was some racist emails dealing with his company. He never came out and said anything about it. Him or Bernard Hopkins never made a statement about it. I don't believe they made a statement about it. To me, the reason why I have a problem with that, because the civil rights movement was mainly pushed by black people, African American descent, and everything we got passed, from equal rights, being able to sit in the front of the bus, being able to drink at any water fountain, being able to go into any restaurant you wanted to eat in, and just having basic human rights, where we were in the forefront. So any other minority after us gets to benefit from that, and he's one of those minorities that benefited from our struggle and our push through the 60s and even before then, to have basic rights. So for him to be associated or not even go on record talking about the racist emails, to me is a very offensive. But Far as him fighting Conor McGregor, it's a circus, man. You know what I'm saying? His statements on tape, you know, that's great. That's a great thing about YouTube. You can always go on YouTube and find people history. You know, when the fight came out between Mayweather and McGregor, you know, he said it was a black eye on boxing. They are destroying boxing. Mayweather not respecting boxing. So De La Hoya, you even worse, because you talked about him. Now you doing it. And so you a disgrace to boxing times 10, because at least Mayweather came out and said he wanted to fight McGregor, and he wasn't trashing anybody else that wanted to fight McGregor. But you trashed Mayweather for wanting to fight McGregor. You along with some other people, and you want to go fight McGregor now. Bob Arum was another person, you know, that trashed Mayweather, but it was reportedly that Pacquiao wanted to fight McGregor. So, man, I don't believe none of these guys when it comes to that business thing, because, you know, money talks, bullshit walks. We all know that. This is by Salt. Let me know what you think about Oscar De La Hoya fighting McGregor. This is by Salt 8576. I'm out.